Believe we're live.
Good to go. Here we go.
Yep.
Right on, man. What's up? It's your boy Brandon Town, and welcome to the Agent Crossover Podcast, where I interview agents that have made a crossover or move from their previous real estate companies to eXp Realty. It's the fastest growing real estate company in history. It currently sits at over 23,000 agents. Its shares are trading on the NASDAQ, and it has been able to double its revenue every year since 2015. Today, I have with me Nick Krem. What's up, Nick?
What's going on, Brandon? How's it going, brother?
Dude, man, it is good to see you. It's been, a week since Vegas?
It's been a whirlwind since we got back.
I hear you, brother. So Nick is the co-founder of Content Cardz, real estate content advisor and eXp agent. At the young age of 24, Nick has already helped set thousands of listing appointments for agents across the country and in the world. From coaching to working hands-on in the marketing process, his efforts have grown multiple real estate businesses by getting face-to-face. Today, with Content Cardz, creating digital business cards for real estate agents, including myself, Nick is leading one of the most innovative companies in history. So, Nick, what's up, man? What's up, brother?
Man, it's going good. I appreciate the introduction, but yeah, man, when you asked me to be on the podcast, I was all ears. I've been listening to your other ones. You guys have been crushing it. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to hop on here and add some value.
Right on, brother. Well, we're going to take a slightly different approach to the podcast structure today, as I know that, why don't you just tell me? You're not an ordinary guest, man. What did you announce last week?
So I announced last week that I'll be joining eXp Realty. So like you said, it's a little bit different approach to what your other lives and what your other guests have done, because they've been a real estate agent for a while, either coming from a different brokerage, independent, and like you said, making that crossover. So my I guess you could say introduction to real estate was a little bit different than a lot of people. So I started working at a call center, just making calls. After I started making those calls, they're like, okay, you're doing pretty dang good at that. Let's get you on to coaching all of our people internally. So then I started coaching people internally at the ISA row, and then I started coaching externally as well. Your team, the team you're on before this, actually being one of them. And I started coaching a bunch of teams across the country, and then I started just managing all of our clients as well. So after we started doing that, I started content advising, which is basically helping with video ads with a bunch of different big hitters across the industry. So like you were saying, I was an agent with all these other companies per se, but what I have the experience of is working with a lot of different brokerages, seeing what they're doing on the inside, working with a lot of different teams across the country and the nation. So I was working with Keller Williams, Remax, Sotheby's, Independent, Century 21, eXp. So I had the pleasure of working with all these different brokerages, teams throughout the nation, seeing what they have going on. And when it finally made time for me to make a decision, that's when I decided eXp was an absolute no-brainer for me.
Boom. There you go, man. That's incredible. So you've had experience with a ton of different companies. Yeah. And that's truthfully why I really wanted to get you on here to talk a little bit more in depth of why you made the decision to join eXp. And of course, the different value that you can add and a lot of other things I want to cover today. So, you had mentioned you work with hundreds of agents. That's correct?
Yeah, hundreds of agents.
Awesome, man. So in your opinion, what do agents need most in their business?
So what do agents need most? I think the right way to phrase that is, what are most agents and people lacking guidance on? Because a lot of places offer guidance and they're lacking the one thing, which is personal branding and being able to go out there and do the things like you're doing right now. If you notice, before you made your switch, you didn't have this podcast. I'd noticed like you didn't have as much personal branding going on that you could go out and be like, Brandon Town is doing XYZ. So that's one thing I think I've noticed with your switch as well, is that personal branding, social media, and being able to utilize video and all these different structures. That's why we filled the need in the industry, because that was the one thing from all the different brokerages. That was the feedback that we needed help on. And for a part-time, we were actually doing recruiting for a lot of different agents and brokerages all across the nation. So my partner right now, that's why that was a big reason we teamed up, is because we started realizing the same things, that personal branding and social media is one thing people are lacking in guidance on. The one question he would always ask is, what is one thing, when he would talk to different agents, what is one thing that you need more help on, or you wish you had more training on? It was social media and it was video. That was the one thing most places were lacking. So I hope that answers that question for you.
It does answer that question. That's why I wanted to dive into that with you, because you are the co-founder of Content Cardz, and you, from experience especially, and a lot of the other agents that I know that you are currently helping, you add a tremendous amount of value into their business. And I truly believe that almost every real estate agent wants to increase their online social presence. They want to increase their content, but they have no strategy and they have no guidance on how to do it. And that's where you come in. Right.
Yeah, and that's where, like you were saying, the strategy behind it goes a long way, because we learn from messing up ourselves, or at least I learned from messing up myself. I was doing a bunch of videos. I was pushing so much content, but I had no direction, no system, no processes in place. So in turn, I'm doing all this work just for fun. And in reality, at the end of the day, having fun is a big part of it, but also monetizing and making some money off of it, that's a big part of business, as we all know as well. So what we were able to do from working with ourselves, from working with top agents, seeing what they were doing and seeing what's going on the inside, is figure out, okay, how can we systematize everything, which is a big thing that our group here, which I'm sure we're going to get to, was able to do. How do we systematize things and make it a process that we could plug anybody into and monetize it and have fun at the same time?
Right on, man. Well, I know I was on a phone call this morning with somebody that was interested in, I guess, getting your services. And after a quick, brief explanation, it was a no-brainer for them, because that's what people are looking for, man. So, you know, we're here for two reasons: to get the word about you and what you can offer to real estate agents, because I think it's incredible. I truly do believe it's incredible what you're doing in this industry. But of course, talk a little bit more about eXp and what's going on over here, you know? So I want to touch a little bit now on, you know, you've been working alongside some of the biggest badasses in the industry, but of course, the biggest badasses leading the way in eXp. Is that fair to say?
No, that's definitely fair to say. Yeah.
Right on, man. What are some of the top nuggets from shadowing them, from working alongside them every day? What do you believe are some of the top nuggets you've taken from them that you and anyone listening can implement into their business moving forward?
So I think some of these nuggets, and it's eXp related, but it's almost any real estate or business related as well. The implementation of ideas is king, right? Because I've been a part of a lot of different masterminds. And like I said, I was working with a bunch of different brokerages and a bunch of different places. Having a proven system that you're plugging yourself into, and beyond that, the implementation of that system is king. And a lot of times too, the copycat, right? Like, we're not out here, like, being a part of some of these high level masterminds and being behind the content and seeing what's happening. It's not a brand new system that they're coming up with. A lot of times we might name it something slightly different to brand it our own, but these are systems and processes that have been in place. So if you're out there and you're thinking about trying to start a brand new project and you want to start from scratch, think again. The wheel's being created. The one nugget, so I had a great example of this, is I had this, I guess you could say, this series called Win the Day, where I would go live just about every single day, or I would shoot a video every single day, and I would post a quote and I would give my explanation for it, right? And I had Win the Day, and I actually still have my wristbands on here too. And I have it tattooed on me, but that's a whole nother story. But with that, yeah, we'll get to that part. Yeah, we'll see. That might be the explicit version. No, but with that being said, so I was watching, again, when I was working with some of these high level guys, I was watching some of his videos that he had in this vault. On the board, he had hashtag Win the Day. And that was from like 7 or 8 years ago. And I sent him a video, and this really stuck with me. He said, there's no such thing as an original idea, meaning it's been done before. Somebody thought about your idea, tried to do it, whether they succeeded or failed. That's what you research. So a lot of the things that we've done and are able to do have been done before, and we make a system out of it. So if there's one thing that I could tell people from being in these masterminds, is don't overthink it. It's been done before. Either reach out to the person, reach out to the system that's done it, and figure out how they did it, and then implement it yourself.
Heck yeah, man. And that leads me perfectly into my next point, what I wanted to cover with you about when, to be clear, and anybody listening to this that isn't fully understanding eXp, when you join eXp and you go into the onboarding process, you list what we call somebody as your sponsor. From your experience so far, how important is that in choosing who your sponsor is going to be and what kind of value they can give to you when you get into eXp, so you can, of course, grow your business, grow the company? How important is that sponsor choice?
It is super, super important. And it's funny you said it went well into what you're saying. That goes well with what I'm doing here today. I'm actually in the office of my sponsor. I have the luxury of being in the same marketplace of my sponsor, but that doesn't really matter as much as we know with being in eXp, because I have a lot of other people that I can reach out to within my sponsor, I guess you say my business partners, that I'm able to reach out to that are there on a dime. So it's basically who are you going to go into business with? So when you choose a sponsor, you have to think of a couple things. Like you said, how can they help me grow my business? Do I like them and do I like working with them? Can I talk to them when I need to reach out to them? How available are they when I need a problem solved? What is their network like? So if you're choosing someone that's on a complete island that's never going to reach out to you, I don't care what business you're in, that doesn't sound right. But if I'm reaching out to someone that has proven processes, that has a team around them, that has a huge network that I can reach out to and leverage, that's who I'm going to go with. And quite frankly, that's exactly why I chose the sponsor I did. I thought about those couple things. What's their network look like? How can they help me grow my business? Are they available to me when I have a problem? Have I worked with them in the past or seen what they can do from somebody else? So those were some of the biggest questions I asked myself when I was able to choose my sponsor. And like I said, I'm here today and they're going to help me walk through some of the process. And again, I could have done this through Zoom, but I had the luxury of having them, being able to go to them in person. It's only about 40 minutes away, but I could have done this through Zoom like this. And my sponsor or other people within the group, they just reach out and they walk me through the process and they make it easy because it's been done before.
Incredible, man. And there's the power of the upline as well, too. As we know, the revenue share opportunity at eXp goes 7 levels deep. So you can look at your sponsor and 6 levels above them, who's there. There could be hundreds, there could be thousands of people available to you. And from my experience, I don't know what your experience is yet. We'll touch on that. But from my experience, everybody's willing to jump up at the snap of the fingers and help you out right away. I've had some incredible help over the past week. Some questions I've needed answered, some calls I've needed some other people to get on to educate some potential people joining the company, and everybody's ready and willing and able to help you out right away. And I love it, man. That's what I truly love about this company, is the collaboration and the urgency and excitement to grow and help each other grow.
Yeah. And on that note too, I think a great part about, especially the group that we're a part of here, is everybody kind of has their own specialty, right? Like across the nation, we'd have to wait till a mastermind to hear what this person's doing different and how they're growing it. And then how this person's becoming a master in the neighborhood. This person's using video. This team's mastering a phone. We'd have to wait till like a once a year or twice a year mastermind or a one-off call to figure out what are they doing differently. Now, when we're in the group, like you said, everyone's so able and willing to help. We almost have a specialized person in any field that you want to look into. Me, like we were talking about, I got personal branding, I got video and things along those lines. There's different teams and different people who have mastered one thing. So now I don't have to sit here and master all these different tasks, because at the end of the day, I won't ever be able to. There's too much going on. But now I got the perfect guy to reach out to. They're going to answer. They're going to be willing to help. So I think having that network of people across the nation who have done amazing things in their own field too, reaching out to them and just picking their brain really does go that long way.
Right on, brother. And to be clear for everybody listening, when you join eXp, again, to your sponsor matters, but the group that we specifically are a part of is what we call our Honey Badger group. Yep. And within that group, there are thousands of real estate agents. There are thousands of agents that can offer you different points of value for different subjects. Right. And we have some of the biggest influencers in the entire company leading the way in there and helping everybody grow their business.
Yeah.
So, Nick, you had mentioned when we got on the call, you work with hundreds of different real estate agents from all different sizes of companies, all different companies. what was it truly? And it could be multiple reasons, but what was it about eXp that made you decide and make that final decision to join?
That's a great question. So I think that the final straw, not even the final straw, but the biggest factor behind it was that collaboration. I know, and I'm saying this because, like I said, I've worked with a bunch of different companies, and I know they collaborate as well. So I'm not saying other companies don't collaborate, but the level and the magnitude that eXp, especially like you said, the group that we're in collaborates on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, the different trainings, the amount that people are able to offer across the country. As you know, what we do is we, like me personally, we have personal branding, video. We're all about social media and being able to spread your message. And when we looked at the different opportunities, eXp was the one that was spreading their message the quickest. And then especially this group collaborating nationwide, where I can call somebody and they know me, they know what's going on, they know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing. So it's not like you're limited to the region and the resources that you have within your specific space. With this, I don't just know people and know eXps nationwide. I know personally these people in the different industries, what they're doing and how they're able to help. So it's that collaboration on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that really caught my eye, and how much we're really willing and able to help each other out. So like I said, collaboration, you have that with any company, but the ability to do it on a weekly basis and how willing everybody was, that's what honestly blew me away. I haven't seen anything like it.
Right on, man. And again, you are in a unique position as to where you've spoken to so many different agents from so many different companies.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest misconception you see out there of when you're talking to people about eXp?
The biggest misconception, I think that's an easy one. So the biggest misconception is we're just all a bunch of recruiters, and everybody in eXp is a recruiter. And that's all that anybody cares about. We don't care, like eXp doesn't care about selling homes anymore. They don't care about doing this or that. And there are some big, heavy producers who have big, heavy teams who produce here. I've talked to people who are selling hundreds of homes a year, and that are with eXp. I was actually, I won't name names here because that's not what we're on here to do, but I was talking to an agent the other day that he got accused of that. Well, you just joined eXp to recruit. And he took offense to it, and he brought up the numbers from last year and this year. He's like, well, it looks like I'm on to produce more than you are too. So I think a big misconception is just that eXp is just a bunch of recruiters who are trying to get money quick. No, the opportunity is there to have a better life and to have a life outside after real estate, right? Retirement's something that's on everybody's mind. Heck, I'm 25 and it's on my mind. Like, what am I going to be able to do to be able to retire? So the opportunity is what drives people to want to share it. Because if you had a gold nugget, you'd want to share the gold nugget with everybody. I think that's what people are trying to do. And then it just kind of gets turned off, whether somebody shares it the wrong way and you get turned off from it. But I think that's the biggest misconception. It's just everybody's in it just to recruit.
I appreciate that, man. And at the rate we're growing, I think it's approximately 200 agents a week. We're going to continue to be a threat to other real estate companies. So when that happens, just like any business, not just in the real estate business, people are going to say things. They're going to say things to essentially speak down on us. So it's okay that they're saying those types of things, but it's our responsibility as an eXp agent to educate them on why so many agents are joining this company and why it's so beneficial on so many different levels.
Yeah.
To join eXp. Would you agree with that?
No, I 100% agree with that. And especially like you said, on so many different levels, like who you partner with and who you grow with matters. So what we want to offer people is that opportunity to grow with us, no matter what market you're in, the opportunity to leverage some of the amazing coaching, some of the amazing training, then just more so the network that you're able to have. I think those are the biggest things that we want people to leverage. And heck, the rev share, that's just an added bonus. The biggest thing is helping you grow your business. The rev share is just, I really think it is almost an added bonus.
It most certainly is an added bonus. And truthfully, in the other episodes, we haven't really talked on it too much, but truthfully, it is an opportunity and potentially life-changing opportunity to add an enormous amount of money to your monthly passive income. It goes 7 levels deep, not to be mistaken by profit share. And we can talk and get some clarity on that in another call and another conversation. But I mean, if you're going to naturally grow the company, in my opinion, you as the agent might as well get compensated properly for it.
Exactly. If you're going to help it grow, yeah, exactly. Then you might as well get a piece of the pie too.
You got it, buddy. So I'm going to ask you one final question. I love to ask it. And for you, being at your age, 25, man, I mean, you're a professional like a 40, 45-year-old. So I'm not discrediting you, but it's a cool question to ask you at 25 is where you see yourself in the next 5 years.
Woo, that is a great question to ask. So in the next 5 years, so are you saying in general with eXp or just what are we going with here?
Where do you see, within eXp, where do you see the company? Where do you see yourself grow? And what do you see, man? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see it truly being the biggest, if not one of the top 3 biggest companies, real estate companies worldwide. I see eXp being able to go worldwide, not just because it's a great company, but because of the cloud atmosphere, the ability to collaborate in so many different ways. I definitely see it going worldwide. I see myself growing my own eXp team, mainly because of the different things that the group can offer. And then us as content advisors are able to offer as well. And on top of that, man, I see my rev share paying for my home, my car, and basically those things that are just stressful at times. Those, like at the end of the day, not everyone's going to be making $1 million a month. And that's kind of like the perception sometimes as well. I can't do it like that person. But what you can't do is pay for your car. What you can do is pay for your home. There's so many different things that rev share can take off of and just really alleviate some of that stress. So in 5 years, I see it taking on some of those first kind of like those first level expenses for myself. And then after that, who knows?
And I love what the phrase you use there is alleviate some of that stress, because in the traditional real estate business model, it's 100% commission. Almost every single agent earns an income and earns a living from 100% commission. So if we can alleviate some of that stress and offset it and financially give you an opportunity to grow your monthly passive revenue. So essentially what I'm saying here is you can make your real estate commissions. Yeah. You can essentially be paid a salary every single month. That's going to be a lot less stressful way of living. So you can pay your car payments, so you can pay your mortgage, so you can pay your home insurance, so you can go on that trip with your family that perhaps you couldn't do before, and maybe work a few less weekends, do a few less open houses, and create a better quality of life for you and your family. And that, my friend, is what it's all about.
And at the end of the day, too, like I said, if you want to be one of those heavy hitters who's going full steam ahead, we have the systems, processes, and everything that you need to do that. But that's not everybody's goal. Some people want to sell some homes, and what the rev share and eXp give you is the opportunity to make other income while doing what you love. We have the systems, processes, and the know-how to be able to get you there. So what this really gives you is that opportunity. Heck
yeah, man. I mean, I love selling homes. It's fun. It's fun growing the company as well too. You get to do things like this. You get to talk to great high-level people like yourself, help grow the company, help get the word out. But I mean, I got a listing appointment tonight. I still love selling a lot of real estate. And it's just a lot of fun, man. It truly has been a life-changing opportunity moving over to eXp.
No, it really has. And I can't wait for my future here as well. Like I said, it took us time to make the decision. Of course, we had all the different resources. I've talked to other people as well, but I'm super excited to be a part of this big movement and be able to, like I said, change some lives.
Well, I'm super excited too, man. And so thank you so much for joining us today. We all really appreciate you being on, and I'm sure this won't be the last. I'll try and get you on here maybe in a year's time. We'll talk about how the first year of eXp has been for you. How does that sound?
I'm excited for it. I'll put it in my calendar right now. A year from this date, I'm going to put a reminder. We're going to hop back on here and talk about it.
Right on, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today on the Agent Crossover. Join the dream team and let's build one big fire. Once you really see it, you can't unsee it. Please visit www.callbrandontown.com to take the confidential partnership survey and to schedule an eXp discovery call. crush the day.
All right, let's do it. Nice. We'll edit.